All right, let's get out of here. So this might not be of interest to everybody, but it's interesting to me. I started off on this expedition 2 weeks ago today, and at that time my clock said 12:20, I believe. That was at 8:40 or around 8:40 a.m. Now we're exactly 2 weeks later. It is 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time, and the clock says 2:56. So it hasn't been advancing, like rolling over the clock, but it has been advancing. It has gone from 12:20 to 2:56 over the course of 2 weeks. And I'm just really interested in what is it doing. So I think there's just some math to be done there. Is it like every 6 hours it goes up a minute? Every 12 hours it goes up a minute? I'm not sure. These are the things I find interesting. I don't know if anybody else does, but it's been annoying not having a clock that works. But I think something went wrong when I first, the car wouldn't start. I had to jump start it. It damaged the clock or something. I don't know. But there you go. All right, I'm on my way, headed out of Gainesville, headed towards my campground. It's only 9:30 in the morning. I got up kind of early today, got an early start. And I don't know, the state campgrounds, they have a 3 o'clock p.m. is your check-in time. So I don't know if this place is like that too. But right now I'm only an hour from the campground. So I'm going to fill in some of this time here and hit some antique malls. That one, I had kind of fun doing that one the other day, and they had a map of all the other antique stores. So I think I might check out one or two of those. It's been a while since I've done some antiquing. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get out to that campground, and my plan is to kind of set up camp and then go check out the trail and see if it really is all flooded like they're warning me. So that's where we're going. Oh, this looks pretty good. Bark quilt, bark quilt. Well, I felt like I was in there for an hour, but it turns out it was more like 2.5, 3 hours or something walking around. It's a time warp. Huge antique mall. Everything had a whole huge variety of things. Everything was a little overpriced, as you'd expect. I bought a book to read, $3 book. That's it. It's just amazing how many things people think are collectible that I just don't understand. Like miles and miles of glass. Just glass and glass. There's one guy that had bottles, all the bottles you ever want. So I think I scratched that itch. I don't need to do any more antiquing today. So I think what I'm going to do is go to one of the trailheads that's about 12 miles from my campground, which is, where I would be hiking to if I go backpacking, and just see if it's all flooded there, and then I'll go up to a trailhead right by the campground and see if it's flooded there, just see what this river really looks like. So that's where we're going. Back on the road again. Well, didn't take me long to get to some flooding. So the trail goes on around the bend here. I just came upon a Boy Scout troop coming this way. They had just gone along the side of the trail here. There's a high area. They said they got about a mile down and it was about 6 feet deep. No, they said it was armpit deep on a 6-foot man. Sounds pretty deep. So they turned around and they're heading back, I guess. So I don't know that it's necessarily an issue that the trail is just constantly soggy. It's just that there's really deep spots that you can't get around. Like they couldn't find a way around. We're there. I think we got there. Alright, I'm at my campsite. First of all, this place is huge. Look at all these campsites. Yep. I don't know, it's huge. I don't know why, but they put me in this little horse, they put me in the horse camp with the horses, which are over there in that stable. And I had to look at this inside. I can't even read that. Even my camera, well, I guess my camera kind of can. I had to go back up there, and then they gave me this map of just the horse camp. I finally found I'm in this little spot down here, which is kind of bizarre, as there's like 20 sites going that direction, and there's like 3 or 4 of them right here, and there's nobody here. Now, I just went and drove through the loop, which is where I thought I would wind up based on the YouTube, and this is like almost full. Not really almost full, I'd say it's maybe half. So I thought they would put me up there, but instead they put me all by myself by the horses. And right over there is the playground. And you know what that means. At 8 a.m. those parents want to get their kids out of their campers. Go to the playground. So this is my spot, I guess, basically from around that. Actually, there's that tree to over there. So I got a pretty big spot, and it's pretty private. I mean, it's totally private. I'm all by myself, so I feel safer here than I would in the loop if I'm going to leave my vehicle, which I'm not sure about now that I've seen how the trail's flooded. Yeah. So let's get to it, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and set up. It's nice sand. Sibley's going to go up easy. It's going to be great. Well, there it is, Camp 58 Charlie. I had to really be careful where I was putting the tent, trying to get it where it wouldn't get wet. And you can see there's a river came through here. See the needles? So, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there was obviously the last time it rained, a whole bunch of water ran right down there, so I didn't want to be in the rain. But then on the other side, we've got some kind of trail here. I don't know where it goes or who uses it. It's coming through here and heading down into the woods. So if there's golf carts on that, I need to stay out of their way. So I got as close as I could though, where I still think it's safe, and I put my orange markers out. Those are the noodles we cut in half. I think we should be good here. So my intention here is to make the camp, this is a new way, we've never set it up like this before in the tent, is to try and make it more self-contained. So when I leave, there's not my parlor sitting out here. So this is what I did. I brought the kitchen into the tent. I've still got my bed on the uphill slant there. This is my relaxed lounge area. I'll probably have that chair. I've even got room for the end table. There's my electronics, clothes bin, and just all of the kitchen stuff. I think if I leave the door open when I'm cooking, it'll work fine. At night, I don't have electricity. I'm going to talk to the camera. I don't have electricity at the site, but I have citronella candles, and I could burn those, and it'll probably take care of, you know, getting it warmed up at least before I go to bed. I don't know what the temperature is going to be, but I think it's like 50 something, so not bad anyway. Yeah, got the trash can and everything in here, so it's a bit cozier than my other site, but I've not really given up much of the amenities. And then I've got a chair out here I can come out here and sit in, I guess. I haven't even sat down yet. I'm gonna make some dinner, relax. Yeah. So before I get to resting, I'll just end this day's videos with been kind of frustrating today with how things are working out. It looks like that trail's flooded. But I'm kind of just counting my blessings that, you know, that was one of the things I hoped to do while I was down here, go backpacking. I also want to see a rocket launch. But really the reason I came down here was to, you know, be out here. Be out in these woods with the birds and the warm temperature, really, and just relax. So this is the perfect place to do it, just as good as the last place I was at. So yeah, and I could still at least do some day hikes and whatnot. So yeah, I guess I'll check in again with you tomorrow.